Hey guys, it's Tim from Pro Wrestling Unlimited, and we're here with the Monday Night Raw review. We got Nick here with us. What's going on, Nick?
What is going on, everyone? Welcome to the Monday Night Raw review here on Pro Wrestling Unlimited. I hope everyone's doing well. To get the normal stuff we do at the end of the show, just get out of the way early. Tim, what's your Twitter?
My Twitter is at TimmyBuddy.
I am at PWUarmstrong. You can buy a shirt, support the show, please, because we just want to sell some fucking shirts over on Pro Wrestling Tees at prowrestlingtees.com/PWUnlimited. Go buy a shirt today. Be a PWU guy. Support the show in the best way possible, and that's just getting a cool little t-shirt. Another way you can support the show. Oh, go on.
Also, if you go over, I'm going to put the link in the chat right now. If you head over to our TeePublic store, not at the moment, but by tomorrow morning, there will be a cool brand new t-shirt up on our TeePublic store.
Inspired by Raw 25.
Inspired, yeah, I guess you could say that. Well, no, because they've had this shirt since before Raw 25.
Shut up. But yeah, so that's going to be happening. You can support us on Patreon, as little as $1, as much as $20 over on the Patreon at patreon.com/PWUnlimited, because that would be awesome. It would mean a lot. Other than that, Raw happened tonight, and it was an actually pretty good show with some pretty clean looking graphics. I kind of like it. Doesn't look too industrial and grungy. It looks rather clean now. I like it.
Yep, I've already kind of stole their graphic designs for our graphics.
You fucking stole. You're going to the fucking
Wait,
police.
I'm doing a Raw review, so I want it to be, what's the word I'm looking for? I want it to be
authentic.
Not authentic, but seamless looking, I guess you could say. So I kind of took the base of their new graphics and made it for our Raw review graphics, and for when I, post this is going to happen on Raw. And this, anyways, you'll start seeing it on our channel as well. But it's not
yes,
like,
sir?
Huh?
I said yes, sir.
But it's not like some people that just take it right from WWE. Oh no.
Yeah,
we created ourselves.
Yeah.
Every graphic that you see on Pro Wrestling Unlimited is created by me in Photoshop, Adobe After Effects, Premiere Pro. Anyways, I see we're having a stream issue. Let me double check this.
What's the stream issue?
It's just telling me bad video settings. There's a keyframe issue.
Yikes. We'll get that squared away. Nicholas Bronson's in here. He's one of our website writers, so thanks you a lot, Nicholas. For
Actually, I got something to talk about here in a second that Nicholas found. It's pretty funny.
Want to bring it up, or do you want to bring it up during the Ronda segment? Like when we get to Ronda?
Yeah, we could do it later.
And bring it up. So we got Nicole in here. Welcome back, Nicole. Shahil Khan, what's going on? Dragon Ball Raiden, Tim Wise, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the stream. Thank you guys for tuning in to what's next for Balor? Things you'll have to find out. Just watch.
Okay, I have a question for the chat. Does our audio sound all right? If that's the case, then we're fine, because I can't change because we're not showing any video. It's not going to affect. It shouldn't affect that.
We should be fine.
So we should be fine, because I can't change anything while we're streaming. I'd have to get off the stream and restart. But I think we should be fine, because we're not showing videos. We're just the graphics, and it's a podcast. We're talking. So as long as we sound fine, yeah. As long as we sound fine, we're fine.
Did anyone get the notification for this, or you just happen to see it? Because I didn't get a notification. I didn't get a notification for it on YouTube.
Hell, Nicole didn't get a notification for our stream yesterday until we were 5.5 or 4.5 hours in almost.
Fucking DJ McNeil. If you love me, buy a shirt. Anyway, let's go ahead and talk about Raw. Stephanie McMahon botched a fucking promo to open the show.
Alrighty then. All right, so Raw starts out, and we've been hearing all day they're going to have new graphics, and there's a new theme song by Papa Roach. And I'm like, cool, I want to hear what this new theme song is and what the new opening video package is going to look like. And we play the Now, Then, Forever. And I'm like, okay, new video package. And they play the Ronda recap from last night. I'm like, okay, maybe they'll play the video package after. Play the Ronda video. Out comes Stephanie McMahon. And I'm like, oh. So they don't care about Papa Roach and their new theme song. So anyways.
Does anyone still care about Papa Roach? Like, what was the last song that Papa Roach made?
Oh, I don't even know. Cause
the last song I know is, God, what was it?
I probably haven't listened to Papa Roach since 2006.
It's a long time.
I know. But the new graphics do look good. So, I mean, when I first saw the logo, I was like, that's kind of crap. It's the same logo on a white background. But then when I saw the way they like did all the animations with the graphics and all that, it's dope.
Yeah, I dug it a lot. I thought they did that really, really well.
I'm wondering what the new SmackDown stuff's going to look like.
Hopefully they give it something new and a little revamped.
All right, so Stephanie McMahon comes out, as I said, and we see Michael Cole, Corey Graves, and the newest member of the Raw announce team, old Jonathan Coachman. The coach is back.
And it sucks if they can't have characters at their commentary team, because goddamn Coach makes a damn good character.
Nicole says, "Who's Papa Roach? I've never heard of him."
Fucking goddamn old man.
What kind of genre? What genre would they be? Rock? I guess they're considered rock.
Angsty teenage rock.
Damn, punk. Maybe punk.
No, not punk. Trust me, punk. I listen to punk rock religiously.
I listen to country music.
Sorry for your loss.
Hey, now.
You're a star.
Actually, I barely even listen to regular music. I just listen to wrestling podcasts all the time. Anyway, so Stephanie comes out, and she talks about how tonight is the kickoff for 25 more years of Monday Night Raw, and she put over the Women's Royal Rumble. Talked about how Sasha Banks nearly won an hour. She said Nia Jax looked good. Naomi was very athletic. We had Trish, Lita, Beth Phoenix, and of course, Ronda Rousey. And then the winner of the Royal Rumble, Asuka. So she asked Asuka to come down, and she pretty much said, we're going to find out who Asuka's going to challenge at WrestleMania, which was weird she said that because Asuka comes down, and then she goes, hey, Asuka, you may want to wait on your decision, though, because at the Elimination Chamber, there's going to be a women's Elimination Chamber for the Raw Women's Championship, and the championship may change hands. So you may want to wait who you're going to challenge. So I'm like, why would you say we're going to find out who she's going to challenge and then tell her to wait? Like, that was stupid.
Yeah, they kind of really fucked around with that Rumble decision, didn't they, huh?
What do you mean?
I don't know. It's just
I didn't get that tweet. When I told you, when I'm like, hey, the Chamber's for the title, and you're like, so the Rumble meant nothing? I didn't get what you meant by that.
Yeah, because it's just kind of like,
well, no.
you're getting, there's already a number one contender, and it's the Chamber's for the title.
Yes, for the Raw Women's Championship, to find out who's going to defend who's going to be the champion going into WrestleMania, not who's challenging for the championship. The men's chamber is to find out who's going to challenge Brock at WrestleMania.
That's true.
That's not the woman, so you may just...
I don't know.
Asuka then just starts speaking in Spanish, or not Spanish, Japanese.
Excuse me?
Wow.
Fucking excuse me?
Wow. Anyways, so Asuka starts cutting some Japanese promo. No one knows what the heck she's saying, unless she points to the WrestleMania sign.
She could be saying...
Stephanie said that she understands Asuka, and she made a good point. And I'm like, huh? You understand her? Cena been teaching her Mandarin? Anyways,
Cena knows how to rap in Mandarin.
Eventually, Asuka said in English that WrestleMania she would become the champion because nobody's ready for Asuka, and then out comes Sasha Banks. Like, other than these two women, it was like the Women's Royal Rumble didn't even matter for anybody else. Like, they didn't say, Dana Brooke eliminated Kairi Sane, or Michelle McCool got a bunch of eliminations, or this happened. No, the rest of the show was all about Asuka, Sasha Banks, and we barely even saw Alexa Bliss.
You know what I like the idea of?
Huh?
Winning the Royal Rumble and then having to prove yourself in a match next. Like, you didn't just prove yourself by winning the first ever Women's Rumble. Actually, now you have to double prove yourself by winning a match against fucking Sasha Banks.
I was going to say something, but I'll save that for when we get to that match, because it's what I told you earlier. But,
yeah.
All right, so Sasha Banks comes out and said that, she's ready for Asuka. Banks has listened to Asuka way too long. Excuse me. And then she challenged Asuka to a match. And Stephanie McMahon set it up, saying that match will take place tonight. Graves then announced that Kurt Angle has ordered 6 qualifying matches for the Elimination Chamber, and 3 would be taking place tonight. And then immediately, out comes Braun Strowman. And I liked the pacing of the show tonight. Like, when one segment would end, like, the longest between segments was, like, a replay. Or what they really would do was, like this opening segment happened, and then they cut to the announcers to say, we're going to have Elimination Chamber qualifiers. And as soon as they said that, Strowman came out. They hit a quick commercial, boom, the match started. So they were more fluid with, like, their spacing tonight. It wasn't, like, drawn out between the segments and everything.
Right.
So we have Braun Strowman versus Kane in a last man standing match. And before Kane even comes out, Strowman's at ringside setting up tables.
Which
I'm like,
love.
oh man, this guy's going to, oh Lord.
Murder.
So I was like, why are they doing this at the start of the show? It didn't make much sense to me, but I guess it does here once we get into it. So like I said, he was setting up tables. Then I don't even think they ever really used those tables. They brawled through the crowd, though. Then they went up towards the commentary table, where Strowman slammed a chair across Kane's back, then jabbed it into Kane's gut. Cole, Coachman, and Graves then bolted from the announce desk as Braun Strowman didn't just tip the announce desk, but he tipped the entire stage that the announce desk sits on. And you know what's funny is it seemed to me that the table was bolted down. The table didn't even, like, it just all moved as one. The stage and the table.
Yeah, I
stuff.
noticed that on Twitter, looking at the GIF of it.
I looked interesting.
Yeah, it was
so
weird.
Then they had, guys come down, Adam Pearce and a bunch of referees, and they're, Braun, get out of here. You hurt him. Get out of here. And so Braun goes to walk to the back, and they're tending to Kane, and Braun comes back out to get interviewed. Like, this made no sense. So Braun leaves. I don't know if, like, he messed up, wasn't supposed to leave, but then he comes right back out like a minute later, and Corey Graves is standing there ready to interview him. And he's like, Kane's a human being. Why would you do that? And Braun literally goes, well, Kurt Angle told me that this is a last man standing, and I had to be the only man standing.
Would have been really funny if it says, I have to be the only man. And he just fucking knocks down the entire commentary team.
It was funny, though, because he was just like, well, Kurt Angle told me this is a last man standing match, and he's not standing.
I like the idea. Okay. I like the idea of Braun being like the dumb henchman in a bad guy movie, where he's like, boss told me do this, I do it.
Pretty much. No, we'll get to that in a second, because there was a spot with Braun and Kurt where he pretty much said the same thing. So we go to commercial, we come back, and Michael Cole says that Kane was being taken to a local medical facility. He was having trouble breathing. So
Shocking.
I believe this may be the way to write Kane off of TV.
My dude's got to run for mayor. You can't be messing with his windpipes like that.
They stretchered him out, and yeah. We then see, excuse me, I can't stop burping for some reason. We then see Strowman walking backstage. He's just walking. All of a sudden, Kurt comes up and just starts yelling at Braun. I'm like, Kurt, you're like straining your neck to look up at this guy. This guy can just devour you. Quit yelling at him like this. And he's yelling at him. How many times have I told you, Braun, you can't keep doing things like this. You're putting everybody in danger. Angle
it's like he's a bad kid. It's like he's a bad kid in preschool.
Angle asked if Strowman, he goes, Strowman, just give me a break. And I'm like, oh, don't say that. Strowman then softly said to Angle, what did he say? He goes, you think he's not going to yell at Kurt, because he was like, well, and then he goes, you said it was last man standing, and I'm going to be the last man standing. And I honestly thought we were going to see a bunch of people get beat up tonight, but we really didn't. I was like,
it's kind of good, because him doing that may really get old after a while. People may get tired of the Braun thing.
Because he said that, and then he like storms off. I'm like, oh no, Kurt Hawkins better go hide. He's going to another table.
Was he on the show tonight?
There's a lot of people not on the show tonight.
Interesting.
So then they show this was funny. They showed the three announcers on stage with microphones standing up there. They're like, well, we got no commentary booth, so let's send it to the ring. And Elias was down there. So Elias was down there singing a song. Elias said that he didn't care if anyone sang with him because he likes the sound of his own voice. He said he was disappointed to have been eliminated from the Royal Rumble by John Cena, but Cena was going to get what was coming to him. Elias then said that the Elimination Chamber was on the horizon for him and that everyone would walk with Elias to WrestleMania. Then said some stuff about Matt Hardy, and then Matt Hardy came out for their match.
Elias, I kind of like the idea, like, you know how in New Japan you get your title match by grabbing a mic and saying, I want a match?
Right.
Kind of like the idea of getting matches in WWE is Elias has to sing about you. Like, Shavman Sharma, I see what you're fucking saying in chat. You can stop spamming it every 5 seconds.
Oh, all right. So Elias pretty much worked over Matt Hardy's arm for a lot of the match. Hardy went for a side effect, and for some reason they called it a twist of fate. I don't know why.
Interesting.
And then all of a sudden we got the Bray Wyatt video.
Is that what it sounds?
That's what it sounds like. And then Matt Hardy's standing there in the ring. Elias is kind of down on his knees or whatever. Matt's just looking up at the Titantron like, what's going on? What's going on? And then he gets rolled up. Or it's drift away and then rolled up.
I really like the drift away. It looks like it legit hurts.
Yeah. Post-match, Wyatt appeared on the screen, and he was just laughing that Hardy lost. And then...
Can I just mention, I think that's a really easy way to set up their Elimination Chamber match without having too much convolution. Like, it's simple, it was effective, and it was clear. And I really, really appreciate that. A lot of times, especially in Raw, and especially with having so many guys needing to make storylines, it could get a little confusing on why these guys are feuding. But I really like it was simple, it was clear the way it happened, it was clear the reasoning, and go from there. I thought that was perfect almost.
All right, Nick, did you like those cell phone promos for the Royal Rumble?
They're fine.
They're still around.
It gives a bit of personality.
But the dumb part about it is, so they're doing a segment or whatever, and the segment ends, and all of a sudden the screen just goes to black, and then text just pops up like it was like someone just forgot to hit the right button in the
Oh
truck.
No, they didn't. They did that during the pre-show last night, where it would say like Sasha Banks or Bailey or something.
No, but
like
it was like you would think it all come on the screen at once, but the screen goes black, and then all of a sudden the text just pops up out of nowhere. Like, that's kind of whatever. Okay, so then they're doing all these different cell phone promos, and like it shows like their Twitter handle and everything. It was funny. I'll jump ahead a little bit. Like Finn Balor, Miz, they all did cell phone promos, and it showed their Twitter. But then John Cena's showed at WWE with the WWE logo, not his Twitter handle or his profile picture, which was pretty funny.
Interesting.
So Miz cut a promo saying that Reigns is owed an Intercontinental Championship rematch. Miz wondered what he was owed in restoring the dignity of the Intercontinental Championship. He said that he was owed rose petals thrown at his feet during his ring entrance and a standing ovation. And then said he was just like Tom Brady. He will, just like Tom Brady, he will beat Roman Reigns just like Brady will beat the Eagles Sunday at the Super Bowl.
Good way to get cheap heel heat.
Exactly. So then we go Intercontinental Championship match. The Miz versus Roman Reigns. Good 18-minute match or so, I believe. And there was a sign at ringside. Front row. Guy's got this bright green sign with black text that said, "The big dog has fleas." I was like, are you kidding me?
It's pretty good.
It's funny though, because you see the sign, and as soon as you see the sign, you hear Michael Cole, and that's the big dog, Roman Reigns. Like, did you read the sign and just not want to finish what it said or something? I was like, damn. It was just perfect timing. I don't think one had to do with the other, but it was just perfect timing.
Right.
Early on in the match, Reigns clotheslined Miz early. Reigns just went on a tear at the beginning of the match. Clotheslines to Miz, uppercuts to Miz, forearm shots to Miz. And then he pulled out a chair.
Oof. And
he chased Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel away with it. He then looked like he was going to hit the Miz with it. This is all at ringside. He looked like he was going to hit the Miz with it, and he's holding it up there, and he's holding it up there, holding it up there for dramatic effect. And then the referee leans out between the ropes and goes, "If you use that, I'll disqualify you." And then he just puts it down. He's like, "Oh, I think
unless you hit the person in the match, I don't think there should be a DQ."
Well, he was teasing hitting the Miz with it.
Oh well, yeah. If he hits the Miz, then yeah.
It was just funny because he's sitting there and he's just holding it there like, are you going to fucking do anything? And then finally the referee's like, if you use it, I'll disqualify you. And so he starts beating on the Miz. Referee starts counting 7, 8. Roman slides in, slides back out, finally throws the Miz into the ring. Hits a Samoan drop. And then does some clotheslines into the corner. Reigns called for the Superman punch, but Miz chop blocked him. And Roman took a pretty wicked flip, like corkscrew bump here off of this chop block.
Really?
Yeah. Like better than a Rikishi flip bump. Like those Rikishi corkscrew bumps or whatever he used to take.
Oh, yeah.
Like Roman looked like he was coming for the spear. No, Superman punch. I said Superman punch. And Miz hits him with a chop block perfectly. And it almost looked like a real reaction to it. Not like, oh, I got to take a cool bump. No, it was like the way Miz hit it at that perfect angle that just sent Roman spinning. It was perfect.
I like I like the chop block being used a little bit more often in wrestling.
Oh, yeah. So from here, Miz then followed that up with some yes kicks, but Reigns caught a kick and teased a powerbomb, but Miz flipped out of it into a sunset flip, then clamped on the figure four. And Coach goes, wait, is he about to use the figure four leg lock? Like, yeah, Miz has been using that for a while, Coach.
I like the idea of Coach having to slowly be, like, brought up to speed with what's happening. He's like, who's this Strowman guy?
They did that a couple times tonight, actually.
Really?
Yeah, where he was like, he said something like, I haven't seen too much of this Finn Balor, but I know once he gets his speed going, you can't stop him. Because they were like, the match started off. Well, I'll get to that. That's the main event.
Yeah.
All right. So Reigns then counters the figure four with a small package for a 2 count. Miz tried to take off the second turnbuckle, and the referee caught him this time, unlike last week. Reigns went after Miz in the corner as the referee tried to pull Reigns off of Miz. Miz thumbed him in the eyes and hit the skull-crushing finale, but Roman Reigns kicked out. We then
I don't know.
Huh?
Is he kicking out of finishers to make it clear that he's going to kick out of the F5?
I don't know. But we then started getting a "This is awesome" chant. And at this point, Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel came back down. Axel distracted the referee. But then Reigns gave Axel a Superman punch. Reigns limped. He was selling the figure four, and he limped to the other side of the ring and punched Dallas and Miz at the same time. Axel then jumped back up on the apron, where Roman gave him yet another Superman punch, and Axel nearly landed on the. Well, the announcers were at this point sitting in chairs at ringside with just a monitor on the floor.
Do they not have like a box or something?
No. They eventually brought them down an actual announce table. It was funny. Like, you saw the evolution of them building the announce table at ringside.
I like that a lot.
But the weird thing was because the ringside area for Raw is not meant for an announce table to be down there. There was like barely any room between the ring and the announce table they brought down there.
Right.
And so Reigns gave, like I said, Axel another Superman punch. Reigns then pulled Dallas into the ring. Miz got up and hit Reigns from behind with a schoolboy cradle, handful of trunks. 1, 2, 3. Miz still a champion.
I like it. Miz should be champion forever.
Go forward. Go for it.
I was gonna say, do you think it'll be Finn and Miz for the title next?
Well, I know. I guess they could. I don't know. We'll see. They then showed a tweet from Paul Heyman commending Angle on his decision to have the winner of the Elimination Chamber face Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. He said facing Lesnar was more punishment than a reward. Then had a 3-minute, maybe 3.5-minute match. Revival versus Rhino and Heath Slater. Crowd was chanting ECW, ECW. And then Dash and Wilder just pretty much destroyed Rhino and Heath Slater. Then they cut a promo after the ring with Charlie Caruso. They said, look what we just did. We defeated the first ever SmackDown Live Tag Team Champions. And then Dawson asked Charlie Caruso, he said, the Revival, we're like the Graham Brothers. You know who the Graham Brothers are? And she goes, well, I have to apologize. I don't really know who that is. And he goes, that makes sense. You're just like all these dumb fans here that like to chant EC Dub all the time. I was like,
I mean, it's true. Do you know who the Graham Brothers are?
I haven't heard the name, but I don't really know.
I'm assuming it's superstar Billy Graham. I'm assuming, first of all.
I'll tell you right now.
But I like that, though. I like them making the callbacks to yesteryear of pro wrestling. I have been listening to a ton of Jim Cornette stuff, so I like hearing about all the stuff that went on in the Midwest territories, all that kind of stuff. So I really like that's being their fuel to be heels. So I'm big on that. I think the Revivals is going to be a hell of a tag team champions. They're fantastic.
Jerry and Eddie Graham. Apparently they were one of Vince McMahon's favorite tag teams.
Nice.
All right.
You know what makes me wonder of that then?
Huh?
If they're one of Vince's favorites, do you think they got permission from Vince to start doing this kind of shit? Like, say a professional wrestler, we'll mention some of your favorite tag teams.
Well, I think it's a whole thing of Vince wanting to make them stand out from all the other tag teams.
Can I just say something?
Always.
I really hope the new logo and design was more than just a new logo and design, and it's kind of a change for Raw.
What do you mean?
Like, it's just kind of just new things for Raw. You know what I mean? Like, we're gonna start seeing new stuff that we want to see. I think this is gonna be really good, and I think the logo and the change was kind of a way to show what this is. So
as he said, you're just like these fans like to chant ECW. The crowd then started chanting ECW, and that kind of transitioned right into the announcement of the new Hall of Fame inductees, the Dudley Boys.
That was a really good fucking transition.
Pretty good video package, too.
I like the little bit of Jared when he goes, "Oh, those damn Dudleys."
Talked about how the Dudleys, when you think of tables, or you think of Dudleys, you think of tables. You think of tables, you think of Dudleys. I think Miz said that.
No, when I think tables, I think like picnic.
No, I mean in wrestling.
Oh, I think picnic.
And
I like food.
When the Dudleys were first revealed on ECW, Bubba and Devon were opposing, I guess you could say, team members, because they were all the I guess you say illegitimate childs of Big Daddy Dudley that you never saw. And then eventually Bubba and Devon teamed up, and they were the only Dudleys to ever make anything of themselves.
Wait, was it Big Daddy or was it Big Dick Dudley?
I think it was Big Daddy Dudley.
I think it was Big Dick Dudley.
I'll tell you right now. It was in the thing WWE put out for their Hall of Fame
I like
induction.
that, though. I like that. The Dudleys were fucking great. I mean, those are always exciting. Their last run with the WWE probably wasn't what they wanted, but they did put some people over, which is always appreciated.
Yeah, Big Daddy Dudley. And Devon is now a agent and producer backstage, so he's still with the company. I think, everyone was like, oh, it's so long overdue for the Dudleys to be in the Hall of Fame, but I really think they were just waiting for Bubba to finish wrestling.
Do you think they're really brothers?
Maybe. I don't know. You think Spike's really their brother too?
Maybe. Adoption.
But I think, them going in the Hall of Fame, yeah, it's one of those just like Goldberg. It's overdue. It's long overdue. But like 3-4 months ago, Bubba was still wrestling for Ring of Honor.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they had to wait for him to say, I'm finally done. Anyways.
Exactly.
They didn't do another cell phone video with Carl Anderson, Luke Gallows, and Finn Balor. And they say Finn lasted 57 minutes and 38 seconds in the Royal Rumble. And it was the promise of opportunity that kept him fighting. Balor said that it was taken away by Cena, and now he's going to take away Cena's chance to be in the Elimination Chamber. Sasha Banks did a backstage interview with Renee Young. Banks said that there were moments away from her defeating Asuka. She said how Asuka has been undefeated for 2.5 years, but now it was her turn to be the top woman. And then we had Asuka versus Sasha Banks, which is a really good match. And at one time, I thought Asuka killed Sasha Banks legitimately.
I got a text from Tim that said, OMG, Asuka just killed Sasha.
So I'm just going to skip to that match because there was a lot of back and forth stuff early on in the match. Sasha got a lot more offense than anybody's ever gotten on Asuka. I'm just going to say that. And there was a spot where Asuka was thrown to the outside, and Sasha went to do a dive through the middle ropes. And as she's diving, she's about 3/4 of the way through the dive through the ropes. Asuka just kicks her in the face.
Yeah.
And Sasha doesn't go limp. Her body just goes stiff as a board, and she just crashes head first into the floor. I was like,
looked fucking painful.
Concussion. She's done.
Looked fucked up.
So Asuka throws her back in the ring, and Asuka whips her off the ropes, and as she comes back, as Sasha comes back at Asuka like pulls her down head first, and just her head just crashes into Asuka's knee. She bounces off of it. I'm like, broken nose.
Yeah.
And then Asuka just beating the shit out of her, and it looks stiff.
Yeah, it did.
And that led to the finish. I mean, earlier in the match, I'll just say it, Sasha did get the bank statement on a couple times where it did look like Asuka was almost going to tap. But they did make Sasha look good against Asuka in this match, but eventually Asuka got the Asuka lock on, and Sasha Banks had to tap out.
Yeah.
Crowd?
Do you think
You think what?
Do you think they're trying to make Sasha look strong or make Asuka look beatable?
Sasha strong because I said I was going to come back to this. So they kept playing up, Asuka won the Rumble, but Sasha was in the longest. Sasha was in for almost 55 minutes.
Yeah, and 45 of it was spent sitting outside the ring.
Right? And I think I can't remember if it was Corey Graves or the coach, because Michael Cole said it. He said
the coach.
Huh?
The coach. I mean, you kept saying the coach.
The coach.
His name is Jonathan Coachman.
But everyone calls him the coach.
That's true. Fine.
Even on ESPN, they called him the coach. Anyways. So Michael Cole kept saying, he said like 3 or 4 times in the match, Sasha lasted almost 55 minutes. And I can't remember if it was Coach or Graves that said it, but he goes, but that doesn't even matter because she didn't even win the match. I was like, damn, you just shot down any kind of credibility she had from that Rumble match.
I mean, fuck, it's true.
It is true. It's the same thing with Finn Balor. They did the same thing. They were like, Finn was in for 57 minutes. And it was like, but did he win? No. So exactly. Cena did a cell phone interview, super scripted cell phone interview, where he was like, the road to WrestleMania. Only 2 people knows where they're going, and that's Asuka and Shinsuke Nakamura. He said that tonight, once he beats Balor and goes to the Elimination Chamber, he will know where he's going at WrestleMania. Cena said that he's been asked for years when he's going to slow down, and this is only the beginning.
Of him slowing down?
No. He's like, this is only the beginning, and people will understand I'm just getting started.
You got started a few years ago, buddy.
Yeah. I mean,
who knows?
We then had Raw Tag Team title match. The Bar versus Titus O'Neil and Apollo Crews.
Titus worldwide.
It wasn't too much in this match, about an 11-minute match. Apollo Crews did a good hot tag sequence near the end with a standing, I can't remember, I think it was a shooting star. Shooting star.
It's a standing shooting star, he does.
On Cesaro for a 2 count. Well, he does both sometimes. I think he does a shooting star more, though. Shooting star. And Corey Graves was like, when you do that shooting star from your feet like that and all the momentum coming down, it really hurts you. And the coach goes, and he's a big boy. I was like, damn.
Accurate.
So they did 2 count, and this led to a botched spot where it appeared Cesaro was supposed to hoist Crews into Sheamus, but Sheamus dropped him, and Crews landed right on his head.
Ow.
Somehow Crews got right up and went for a reverse cross-body attempt, but Cesaro countered it for a 2 count. Sheamus then went and pinned Crews with a double. He had Crews and O'Neil doubled white noise, pinned him. That was it. I mean, it was an okay match. There were some botched spots, like I said, but
happens.
Cole then announced that Kane sat up in the emergency room, crawled out of the hospital, and walked away on his own feet, leaving. He didn't say hospital again. He said medical facility, and hasn't been seen since.
Well, they don't say hospital, right?
Well, they said both for some reason.
It's in the script that you don't say hospital, you say medical facility.
Actually, it's a local medical facility. But they said that he crawled away, got to his feet, left, and he emphasized, and he hasn't been seen since.
That's fucking up.
So is that Kane's disappearance from TV?
Yeah,
or is he going to show up in the Elimination Chamber and screw Braun Strowman, since that match was an Elimination Chamber qualifying match?
Potentially, but I don't know.
All right, so then we have the main event, John Cena versus Finn Balor. Another Elimination Chamber qualifying match. Matt went about 17, 18 minutes, I want to say. And so John Cena comes out, and the crowd's, split for John Cena as always. And Coach goes, why does it feel like it's John Cena versus the world out here right now?
It's because it is, Coach.
I was like, Coach, you used to cover wrestling on ESPN, and you were there at SummerSlam and WrestleMania, and you didn't realize that the crowd hates John Cena but loves him at the same time?
Right.
The first 5 minutes was just them trading headlocks. Cena then went to ringside and appeared he's doing something with a fan, I guess. Like high-fiving him, whatever. This led to the crowd. The crowd was not really paying attention for some reason. And so the match kind of got back on hand. Cena whipped Balor into the corner twice. Cena hit the Blue Thunder Driver. And he missed a 5-knuckle shuffle. because Finn got out of the way. Crowd then got behind Balor. At this point, Cena didn't look like he wanted to play along as they were doing the kind of like back and forth kind of boo yeah kind of thing, you know.
Oh, you didn't. By the way, you didn't mention the Nicholas Bronson thing.
Oh, I skipped over it, didn't I?
We'll go back to it.
I'll come back to it.
Yeah, I saw him say it in chat.
Because I didn't even put that in my. I didn't even put that in my notes because they pretty much teased Ronda Rousey being on the show and then just played the same video package from the opening of the show. I didn't put that in. That's not in my notes again. That's why.
Right, but there was also something that he sent you with it.
Right, but I'm just saying.
We'll get to it. Main event.
We'll get to it in a second. So, Cena did a fist drop off the second rope. He attempted an AA, but Balor slipped out of it with a backslide, caught an overhead kick for a 2 count, pretty much a Pele kick. Balor went for a drop kick, but Cena clotheslined him. Balor attempted the sling blade, but Cena caught him, hoisted Balor onto his shoulders, threw Balor's too sweet signal up, and then hit an AA. Balor kicked out, 2 count. Nice. Cena had a blank look on his face, like, how did he kick out of that? He went to the top rope, but Balor met him up there and kicked him in the head. This was then met with a coup de grace, but Balor landed right on his knee as Cena rolled away. Cena clamped on the STF, but Balor made it to the ropes. Balor kicked Cena in the head on the apron and went to the top rope again, but this time Cena climbed to the top rope, cutting Balor off. Put him up for the AA, hit a super AA off the top rope, and pinned Finn Balor clean in the middle of the ring. 1, 2, 3. Oh, yeah.
Decent match.
All right, hold on. Let me go to Twitter really fast to pull those images up. So they did the whole video package for Ronda Rousey. Correct. And they did the whole thing as far as, you know, Ronda came out after the women's match, the women's Royal Rumble, and the crowd was all crazy for her and everything. And this image, I'm about to pull up on the screen here. Give me 1 second. This image you see here was an image used in the Ronda Rousey, I guess you could say, hype video. Let me make this a little smaller. Hype video recapping her coming to the WWE. Mm-hmm. So I get a message from Nicholas, and he was like, hey, I think we've seen this image before. The same guy. I think we've seen this guy before. I think when Jinder won the title. So he went back to when Jinder won the title at Backlash. And in fact, we have seen this guy on screen when Jinder won the title at Backlash. So they didn't even get a genuine crowd reaction from when Ronda debuted at the Royal Rumble. They had to go back in their archives of videos and pull some guy's reaction from Backlash. How crazy is that? How crazy is that crap?
You know what I like about that too?
Huh.
You can obviously tell because what the fuck was blue at the Rumble last night?
Exactly. What was blue at Backlash? All the graphics?
Hold on. A question from Nicole. Has John Cena ever successfully gone off the top rope and landed a move? Yeah, he has his leg drop that he does from the top all the time. He used to do that all the time.
So I found that funny. Nicholas caught
hilarious.
that. I didn't even catch it.
That was a good one there, bud.
Yeah, I was like, wow, they really reused. I mean, I've seen them do it before, reuse crowd reactions for different videos, but it was just like you literally couldn't get a genuine fan's reaction from freaking the Royal Rumble.
Right.
Like, Jesus Christ. And apparently, people that were actually there said that the whole Ronda Rousey thing when she first came out was actually better than it came off on TV. Which, like I said last night, because they waited too long to actually show you that it's Ronda Rousey, you didn't know for like 30 seconds, almost a minute, who it was. Especially when all the girls in the ring didn't even acknowledge and look up. They were just still looking at the hard camera.
Rowdy Ronda Rousey. I like it.
And they put them shirts on sale immediately.
And I got them.
But I think them putting it on pre-sale was the best thing they could have done. Because that way they couldn't have said, okay, we have X amount of shirts. Now let's sell them, and then they sell out really fast. No, it's we sold X amount of shirts, so we're going to make all the shirts that are pre-ordered, and now we kind of know how many to make for the second batch to actually put up on shop.
Exactly. That was a
but overall,
good Raw review. Good Raw review.
Overall,
Good
I think Raw was actually a pretty good show. We got the Revival squashing a jobber team. We got a really good women's match in Asuka and Sasha. We got a really good main event in Finn Balor and John Cena, which I didn't say was the first time they've ever squared off in either singles or tag team match.
No, because I mean,
no.
Survivor Series.
Survivor Series. As soon as I said it, I thought about that. So this is for singles match. But if you guys want to call in, we'll take some calls for the next 10, 15, 20 minutes maybe. 559-475-8473. Number is on the screen. Call and listen what you thought of tonight's Monday Night Raw. I thought it was a better show than normal.
Yeah, I was a big fan of it. Ronda shirts were available tonight at the stadium, apparently.
Oh, wow. Interesting.
Which I saw, and I get that.
I saw some people in the crowd that I thought, are those the Ronda shirts? But I wasn't sure if it was the Ronda shirts or if it was just someone that had an old Piper shirt. Because they didn't really show the person close enough.
Now, I saw some that were black.
Okay, so I wasn't the only one that saw that.
Yeah, I saw some black ones.
I'm going to look that up while we take this call.
Sweet. No, we're not going to get any surprises tomorrow night. No call-ups or anything.
No. Usually they don't do call-ups till either after SummerSlam or WrestleMania. But caller, you're on the air. What's going on?
Hey, what's up, Tim?
How's it going?
All right, so I'm a John Cena fan, but I didn't think he was going to win tonight because I really thought how the ending of the Rumble was when he threw out Finn Balor. I really thought Balor would win, but I'm starting to think the reason why Cena won is because when Finn was on that top rope doing the coup de grace and he came down and he was limping, do you really think that that's the reason why Cena won?
No, I think the plan was always for Cena to win.
I was thinking, like, another thing also, when Cena was pointing at the sign, the WrestleMania sign, like, he did it last night, but he didn't win the Rumble. But, like, when he was pointing the sign tonight, I was like, I think he might lose again. That's why I was thinking Finn might would have won.
I mean, it's all going to come down to Roman Reigns winning the Elimination Chamber anyway, so it really doesn't matter who else is in that chamber match.
Yeah.
So, thanks for your call, man.
Had the main event.
Yeah, but thanks for the call. Have a great night.
Too.
All right, Nick,
Can I mention my new favorite fucking thing?
What's up?
Someone in chat's like, Tim, answer my question. Why did Finn lose? It's because that's what creative wanted to do.
That was what was booked in this flat black, rowdy Ronda Rousey shirt.
Is it real?
From small to 5XL on WWE Shop.
Damn it, they got a black one?
They put that up today. It wasn't up last night.
Damn it.
Yep, they got a black one. Because, the white one's got the red trim. This was just straight black. So.
Damn it, I want the black one now. Damn it, I want the black one.
Too bad you didn't wait till today to order. You could have got the white one and the black one. Buy one, get one for $5.
Fuck it, I'll still order the black one. That's the thing.
Oh, Lord. That's a lot of money. $27. I took advantage of their 30% off sale and spent $30 on 5 items.
Oh, God.
All right, let's take another call. What's going on with Skype? Nick, are you there?
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Caller, you're there.
Hey.
Skype's wigging out
hey,
on me. What's going on?
Oh, not much. Asuka, Sasha better think of... Awesome. Sasha better think of Lucky Stars still be alive.
After that kick and fall to the outside, I know.
Yeah, that one. Jeez. I mean, she said that was no bump that they used to take, and that was splat.
Exactly.
Like the coyote falling off a cliff. But
sure.
Hey, Cole Smith sure picked a hell of a night to come back, didn't he?
Oh, I know. I mean, it didn't seem like it.
He said that.
It didn't seem like it at first when the announce table got destroyed, but hey, it ended up being a really good show.
Yeah. And you're right about that table being struck on that thing.
The announce table being bolted down.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks for your comment. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Have a good one.
All right, I found the GIF of the Sasha Banks spot. I'm gonna pull it up here on the screen.
You're fucking
right here. Boom! She just lands right on the top of her. Oh, it's even worse than I thought. She literally landed on the top of her head. Oh my God.
Yeah, it was brutal.
If she doesn't have a concussion in the morning, I'm going to be surprised.
It was brutal.
Oh,
But,
my God.
Shall we call it there? Or?
I'll take one more call.
Okay.
If anyone
Take
wants,
one more call.
if anyone wants to call in, 559-475-8473.
I almost said my actual phone number on air.
Ooh, that wouldn't have been good.
510-574-8697. Anyway, that was actually my number. So if they can go back and listen to that. Huh?
All right. Well, I guess if no one else wants to call in, I guess that's going to do it.
Yeah, we can call for I've been going for about 50 minutes.
Oh, yeah. 45. We did pretty good.
Not a bad
All
show.
right, so that
find me
was-
on. Oh,
I was going to say that was the Monday Night Raw review. We will be live again tomorrow. After SmackDown Live, we're actually thinking about doing even more live stuff because you guys, for some reason, love the live stuff. You guys have just been here every time we're live without even a hitch.
yeah.
We had over 24,000 people during the Monday Night Raw live stream. Not all at once, but overall, over 24,000 of you were watching the Royal Rumble with us at one point.
Yeah, that was badass. We do have a Patreon, patreon.com/PWUnlimited. If you guys want to financially support the show, you can also buy a shirt, prowrestlingtees.com/PWUnlimited. If you want to support the show but don't have that much money, go over to audibletrial.com/PWUnlimited. Sign up, get one free audiobook, help, give back a little bit to us. It's completely free. You can get books from a ton of wrestlers who've written books. You can also get The Death of WCW read by Brian Alvarez.
Also, if you guys want to donate to the channel absolutely free, head over to gawkbox.com/PWUnlimited. Interact with their website. It's best done on a tablet or a mobile device. You just watch a video or download an app, and then their people tip back to us. It only takes about a minute or two of your time and doesn't cost you anything.
Yeah, and with that, you guys, just let you guys know one more time, if you do ever miss a show or want to listen back to the show later in case you were late, you can go over to wherever you can find podcasts. So iTunes, Google Play. We're not on SoundCloud because, we're not SoundCloud rappers. But if you go over to the iTunes, the Apple Podcast app, just search up Pro Wrestling Unlimited. Subscribe, give us a little bit of a rating, thumbs up, all that fun stuff. It really helps the show. It gets us up there in the numbers. So,
also, I did see Alex Rodriguez says, man, I never got the notification. If you guys ever not get the notification, but know that we've been live or you get in here at the very end, wait about 15 minutes and replay will be right back up here on YouTube. You guys can rewatch any of the live streams. So that's something cool. YouTube takes a little bit to process it back up. Within about, I want to say 15 minutes or so, sometimes quicker. Boom, you can just rewatch the live stream if you did miss anything or got in here late, because sometimes YouTube doesn't like to send a notification.
Yeah, we'll be back tomorrow. Another thank you to Nicholas for his work on the website tonight. He will be back tomorrow with your SmackDown reviews. He'll have those up as soon as they go on. Thanks a lot, you guys, for tuning in. And I don't know, if you don't get notifications, I always just click the notify bell off and then turn it back on. It always works again for me. If you keep getting no notifications,
or
just send a carrier pigeon to Tim or myself and we'll let you guys know.
Or you can always just follow us on Twitter at PWUnlimited. I try every single time right before we go live to put the link in on Twitter and say, hey, we're about to be live. Go over now. So if you're for some reason not getting notifications for the live streams here on YouTube, just make sure you're following us on Twitter, because like I said, 99% of the time I remember and get it out in time to say, hey, we're live on YouTube.
Yeah, for sure, you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm Nick. That was Tim.
Have a great
Bye.
night.